Good morning. We will start session 6 on chapter quadrilaterals. So in the previous session we understood about midpoint theorem and its converse. So sometimes midpoint theorem about its concept can be asked in MCQs. That is, if it is a midpoint and we know that it is parallel, what is the measure of the third side? We always know that it is half of the third side. Let us apply midpoint theorem and to prove some of the riders in this last exercise of chapter quadrilaterals. ABCD is a quadrilateral. Let us draw the figure. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which PQRS are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. Right? AC is the diagonal. So prove that. There are three things to be proved. Let us join this P, Q, R and S. So given in quadrilateral ABCD, same thing. What they have given, let us mention that P, Q, R, S are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. This much is given. Join diagonal AC has been mentioned. What we have to prove? So we need to prove that SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to half AC. SR is parallel to AC and SR is half AC. This is first one what we have to prove. Second one we have to prove that PQ is equal to SR, and third one we have to prove PQ is equal to SR and PQRS is a parallelogram. Right? We'll start from the proof. We'll go on proving. Here we don't use much of congruency part here. First of all, we need to prove SR is parallel to AC and SR is half of AC. This is something from the midpoint theorem what we have already studied. Choose the triangle where SR and AC is there. So it is in triangle ADC. So in triangle ADC, I can tell S and R are the midpoints of AD and CD respectively. Right? Since S and R are the midpoints, can I apply midpoint theorem here? This implies SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to half AC. Reason? Midpoint theorem. That's all. You can just write midpoint theorem. Midpoint theorem. That is what we have to prove. First part is proved. SR is parallel to AC and SR is half AC. Done. So we'll keep this as equation 1. Next, PQ is equal to SR we have to prove, right? So what we will do, we'll apply the same thing to the another part of triangle. That is in triangle ABC. I will tell now here P and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC respectively. So since they are the midpoints, can I tell here now PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is half AC. Reason? Midpoint theorem. Equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, SR is parallel to AC, PQ is parallel to AC. From 1 and 2, can I tell SR parallel to AC, PQ parallel to AC, SR is parallel to PQ and SR is equal to half AC, PQ is also equal to half AC, SR is equal to PQ. Reason? Axiom 1. Things equal to same thing are equal to one another. PQ is equal to SR. Second part we also proved it, right? That means here now PQ is equal to SR. PQ is also parallel to SR. In a quadrilateral, if a pair of sides is equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. Therefore, PQRS is a parallelogram. So I will not write here, since what you all can do is, you know the statement, in a quadrilateral, if a pair of sides is equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. That statement you will write and conclude saying that therefore PQRS is a parallelogram. Right? So we proved all the three things. This what we have proved now, PQRS is a parallelogram. In this exercise, almost all the sums we apply the same technique till here. After this, we'll start using some other things to prove. But otherwise, if you have to prove in a given part, some midpoints are given to prove it as a parallelogram. This is the same thing what we follow. Simple one. We'll move to the next one. ABCD is a rhombus. PQR and S are the midpoints of the sides given. Show that it is a quadrilateral. Show that PQRS is a quadrilateral. So let's start with the next one now. So again, like in the previous one, how we had used, similar way only. But first of all, for all the things we need to prove that the inner quadrilateral what is formed from the midpoint of the given quadrilateral, that is a parallelogram first we need to form. After that it will be simple. So PQRS, let me keep the same figure here. PQ given, I will write second one. Given ABCD is a rhombus. That means rhombus properties. Sides are equal, diagonal bisect each other perpendicularly. That properties we should know here. ABCD is a rhombus, then P, Q, R, S and S are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. Okay? To prove PQRS is a rectangle. Construction. Join AC and BD. Both the diagonals we will join here. And this diagonal will intersect at O. Okay? Till here it is very clear. Now, first of all, what we will do here now is, we will prove that PQRS is a parallelogram. Again, same thing. What we had used it here, in short we will write and we will finish that. So, proof. That's important. Always, anything what you have to prove that the inner part is a parallelogram first. And then we prove that it is a rectangle. Just try to recall. How do you prove that anything is a rectangle? We have to prove that one angle is 90 degree, then it is a rectangle. So proof, quickly we'll take the upper part here. In triangle ADC, S and R are the midpoints of AB and CD respectively. Don't get confused within the vertices and this there. So directly I will write SR is parallel to AC and SR is half AC. Reason, midpoint theorem. Equation 1. Again, next part, in triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC respectively. Therefore, PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is half AC. Reason: midpoint theorem, equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, I can tell that SR is parallel to PQ and SR is equal to PQ. Therefore, statement, we know that in a quadrilateral, if I will not write the statement. If a pair of sides is equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. Must and should, that statement has to be written. Therefore, PQRS is a parallelogram. Now, till here it is very clear. Almost in all the sums, children, this is the common thing what we do it. So, we proved that PQRS is a parallelogram, right? Now what I will do is I will erase it from here because there is still further. We need to prove that PQRS is a rectangle. So you can write down this. I will start further what we have to do. Now what we will do here is, now we know that diagonals are bisecting at point O, right? We also know that diagonals bisect perpendicularly because it is a rhombus. I will write here now. We know that diagonals of rhombus bisect perpendicularly. That is, AC is perpendicular to BD, right? This implies, can I see AC is perpendicular, this is all 90 degree. This implies angle COD is equal to angle AOD is equal to angle AOB is equal to angle BOC, that is equal to 90. Keep this as it is. What we will take here is, we will take these 2 points of the diagonals which is cutting at the parallelogram as E and F. Okay, and choose one angle here. This also implies angle COD is nothing but angle EOF, both are equal, or FOE. Angle FOE is also equal to 90 degree, right? Nothing but this angle. How did we arrive at this angle? COD and nothing but FOE. Is it very clear? Okay. Keep this as it is. Next. Now, we know that it is a parallelogram. PQRS is a parallelogram. So, therefore, I had written SR is equal to PQ and SR is parallel to PQ. Any side it can be. We also know that, we will write once again. SR is parallel to PQ and SR is equal to PQ. Then QR is parallel to SP and QR is equal to SP. Opposite sides are equal and parallel, right? Choose any one part. Either choose this part, this part, this part, or this part here. Any one we wanted. If in case, assume that I am choosing this part. If I am choosing this part, children, I will say that here is QR is parallel to BD. QR is parallel to BD, correct? Because it's a parallelogram, it is parallel to SP also. We know that QR is parallel to BD. This also implies QR, I will take the point as here RF. RF is also parallel to EO. Anything you can take. I can also say this. PS is parallel to BD. I could have told SR is parallel to AC. Anything, children. It is parallel from midpoint theorem. They are parallel there. So I have taken one angle here. QR is parallel to BD. I have written. Since QR is parallel, the part of it is FR is also parallel to OE. I have written here, right? Similarly, if you go to see the another side also of this. Similarly, this is the symbol for similarly, I will use it here. This part we have taken, I will write now SR is parallel to AC. Right? I have chosen this part. In SR, ER will come. This implies ER is also parallel to OF. We proved that this is parallel to this and this is parallel to this. That small figure. So, if opposite sides are parallel, I am not talking about equal here. If opposite sides are parallel, which quadrilateral opposite sides will be parallel? I only can think of parallelogram. Therefore, EOFR is a parallelogram. Write it. What statement? I'll write here, children. What should be your statement? In a quadrilateral, if opposite sides are parallel, then it is a parallelogram. Therefore, EOFR is a parallelogram. What are the properties of parallelogram? Opposite sides are equal, then opposite angles are equal. Okay. Angle EOF, or okay, we have chosen here FOE. We'll write that. Angle FOE is equal to angle ERF. That is equal to 90 because FOE is 90. Reason, opposite angles are equal in a parallelogram. Now, last statement. In a parallelogram, if one angle is 90 degree, okay, two angles also, but if one angle is 90 degree, then it is a rectangle. Okay, so here now it is a rectangle. Now that means here this is okay. Once again, I just missed it. ERF is 90 degree. I had to mention one more thing here, children. FOE is equal to ERF is equal to 90. One more step will come here. I will write. I completely forgot. PQR should be a rectangle, not only that part here. After this, there is one more step. Now this angle is 90. This implies angle ERF. ERF is equal to this because PQRS is a parallelogram. Angle ERF can be written as how? SRQ. Correct? ERF is written as SRQ is equal to angle SPQ. That is equal to 90. Now very clear? In a parallelogram, if one angle is 90 degree, then it is a rectangle. Therefore, PQRS is a rectangle. Proved? So So actually it is very simple, but you need to understand this very slowly. What did we do in the beginning? In the beginning, our as usual thing, we proved that PQRS is a parallelogram. Then we proved that since it is a rhombus, diagonal bisect 90 degree, we know that. We use that property and proved one part is a parallelogram only by saying that opposite sides are parallel, since it is a parallelogram. This small is a parallelogram, so opposite angles are equal. If this angle is equal, then this angle is equal to this angle. Why? Because PQRS is a parallelogram. 90 degree, hence it is a rectangle. So initially what I had written, I had dropped that completely here, and this one part I had missed it. Write down this and then give the statement. This is how you do it. Third one, ABCD is a rectangle. Let us first draw that here now. Given A, B, C, D is a rectangle. PQRS are the midpoints. P, Q, R and S are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. Show that the quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus. Now that means here what the figure we form by joining the midpoints of a rectangle, that is rhombus. Let us write given ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, then P, Q, R and S are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. Okay, to prove PQRS is a rhombus. First of all, what comes to your mind when you see such figure? Always remember, your first and foremost thing is to prove that it is a whatever the line joined by the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the given whatever figure, rectangle, whatever it is, that figure you have to prove that as a parallelogram first. That is first and foremost step. Then whatever you have to prove, you have to go ahead. You have to prove this as a rhombus. Only property of a rhombus what satisfies here is rhombus, all the sides are equal. That means it is a parallelogram with opposite sides equal. You have to prove that adjacent sides are equal. Of course, it will not satisfy the diagonal property here, but diagonals of a rectangle, again, that is different. Sometimes we can't satisfy diagonal property with a diagonal bisect or no, we don't see that. Sides, when we concentrate, we'll concentrate on the side part. Construction. Join one diagonal. So what we can do here is we can join AC. Why? Because if you have to prove that PQRS is a parallelogram, you have to join a diagonal. How do you prove otherwise? Without midpoint theorem, without forming a triangle. Always remember, midpoint theorem if you have to use, you want a triangle. That is why we use a diagonal here. Any diagonal you can use. I use AC. Join AC. Okay, let's again start our usual thing. Proof. In triangle ADC, S and R are the midpoints of AD and CD respectively. So SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to half AC. Reason, midpoint theorem. Equation 1. Similarly, which triangle? In triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC respectively. So since they are the midpoints, I can tell here now PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is half AC. Equation 2, midpoint theorem. Right? From equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and 2. Sometimes in your school, what they do, you know, they also join BD diagonal. Now here, to prove parallelogram, I have only used one pair of side equal and parallel. Sometimes in your school, they will tell you have to prove both the sides. That time you have to again draw one more diagonal and prove this side also. It's up to your teacher. But this much is enough, more than enough. Because to prove it as a parallelogram, we require one pair which is both equal and parallel. From equation 1 and 2, SR is parallel to PQ and SR is equal to PQ. Reason, axiom 1. In a quadrilateral, our usual thing what we write. In a quadrilateral, if a pair of sides is equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. Must and should, children, you have to write that statement. Therefore, PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay, we proved it till here. Our actual theorem, our actual writer actually starts now. I will erase this till here and I will start further thing. Right? So, further, let us use the rectangle property what we have. We know that in a rectangle all the sides are equal. Okay? So, let's use in rectangle the main figure ABCD. AD is equal to BC. Okay? Reason, all opposites, not in rectangle, not all sides are equal, children. I'm so sorry. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Any side you can choose. AB is equal to CD also you can use. Okay, I have chosen AD is equal to BC. We know from the axiom that halves of equal are equal. Half of AD is equal to half of BC. Halves of equal, wherever you use something, reason is must and should. Of equal are equal, or you can write the axiom number also. That's fine. What is half of AD? We all know that S is a midpoint. Half of AD is either AS or DS, right? I will choose the first half. It is AS. What is half of BC? It is either CQ or BQ. Since I have chosen this, I will choose this part here. That is equal to BQ. You can also mention S and Q are the midpoints of AD and BC respectively. AS is equal to BQ. Keep this as it is. Let us choose now this and this triangle and prove them they are equal and congruent. Why? Because with that I can tell SP is equal to PQ. I am looking something to prove adjacent sides are equal, right? Let us do that. Any part, any triangle you can choose. I have chosen this. You could have even chosen this part of triangle also. Or sometimes it comes this, provided this side you have taken. Which half side you have taken. So choose the triangle. In triangle SAP and triangle QBP. Okay. First of all, I will write AS is equal to PQ. Reason proved above. Then AP is equal to BP. Reason P is the midpoint of AB. What could be the third part here? Angle A is equal to angle B, that is equal to 90. All angles are equal to 90 degree in a rectangle. Therefore, triangle SAP is equal and congruent to triangle QBP by SAS congruence rule. From this SAS congruence rule, I can tell PS is equal to PQ, CPCT. But PS is actually equal to QR and PQ is actually equal to SR. Reason: opposite sides of parallelogram, right? This implies PS is equal to SR is equal to QR is equal to PQ, right? Last statement. Therefore, in a parallelogram, if adjacent sides are equal, see, parallelogram will satisfy rhombus property because in rhombus also opposite angles are equal, parallelogram also opposite angles are equal. Your statement should be, in parallelogram, if not adjacent, all the sides are equal, then it is a rhombus. You may think, right children, can it be a square also? It cannot be a square because it will not satisfy mean angle property. In a parallelogram, if all the sides are equal, then it is a rhombus. Therefore, PQRS is a, that is what we had to do now? Yes, rhombus. Further, if you see, it will satisfy diagonal property also later, but we are not proving that, right? So this is how we prove it. The next few sums, that is, now we have done with first three sums, where first three sums were again the similar type. Prove that it is a rectangle, prove that it is a rhombus, diagonals bisect each other. We have another similar sum like that in sixth one also. We will break this exercise into two sessions because quite lengthy sums these are. So first thing we have done today. Remaining sums, that is 4, 5, 6 and 7, will continue that in the next session.